eggs. We get through a record 12.9 billion of them a year. More than ever before. But how do you eat yours? I took to the streets of Leeds to find out.
How do you like your eggs?
Scrambled, poached.
Like 'em runny.
Scrambled.
Right.
And not very eggy.
Not eggy? OK, but is it safe to eat them raw?
Do you think there's any health risks of eating a raw egg?
Yeah.
Do you worry about uncooked egg? Would you eat a runny egg?
No, not at all.
No? So it's OK to eat a raw egg?
Yeah.
Would I eat a raw egg?
Yeah.
Is this some kind of a challenge?
No? If I crack this, would you go, I'd be happy eating?
No, I'd make him do it.
There's the risk of salmonella.
But is salmonella still a risk? 30 years ago, raw eggs caused a serious outbreak. On the anniversary of that crisis, I'm going to meet expert biomedical scientist Dr. Amreen Bashir to see if salmonella is something we should still worry about today.
Hi there, I'm Jim.
Hi, Jim. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Now, I'm here to find out about salmonella. So what is it?
So salmonella is a bacteria. I've got some microscope slides here to show you.
Let's have a look. What's the commonest way of ingesting it? How does it actually get inside our system?
It's either through contaminated food or water, which leads a person to get diarrhea or vomiting.
Worst case scenario, what can it do to you?
Well, 1.3 billion cases of salmonella worldwide.
1.3 billion cases
And it
worldwide.
causes 500,000 deaths a year across the world.
Wow.
So it is something to be worrying about.
Got to ask you, is that when you're going out for dinner, do you just see salmonella everywhere?
It gives me anxiety sometimes.
Because you know the dangers.
I do know the dangers, yeah.
It is prevalent, it's still out there, but
It's still out.
we need effective control to keep on top of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Whilst there are many ways of contracting salmonella, back in 1988, there was one woman who broke the egg scandal, and it sent shockwaves through the industry.
Hi, Weena. Good to see you.
Hi.
Edwina Curry was Junior Health Minister when crisis hit.
Well, at the time, I was responsible for public health. And quite quickly, a problem developed with a lot of people with food poisoning, quite serious. Not trivial stuff, but actually in hospital for weeks on end.
Government scientists traced the source back to the humble egg.
They would send in regular weekly reports, and then they would flag up, we have an alarm here. What, you mean people are eating bad eggs? No, they can't tell. The eggs look fine, but they are infected, they're contaminated.
In fact, a virulent new form of salmonella was rapidly working its way through the poultry flock.
What's happening is that whatever this is, it's got into the oviducts of the hens. It doesn't kill them, but it is getting into the eggs. And if you eat them without them being properly cooked, then you are in big trouble.
Right. So there's people all over the nation at the time with dippy eggs contracting salmonella. That's a major, major problem.
We were very alarmed. My real fear was that if we didn't tackle this properly, we would have an epidemic on our hands.
Edwina decided to tell the media that most of the egg production in the country was infected with salmonella and strongly advised against using raw eggs.
And the following week, 6 million people didn't buy eggs.
The UK egg industry faced bankruptcy as consumption dropped 60% almost overnight.
That created a lot of anger. You had to weather all that because ultimately you knew things needed to change.
As a result of the ensuing furore, the British egg industry adopted stringent regulations, reducing salmonella and increasing food safety.
The egg industry really deserve a medal, a pat on the back. They've worked incredibly hard to get to the stage.
And 30 years on,
Here we go.
That's serious.
Edwina obviously thinks runny eggs are now safe to eat.
How are the soldiers, by the way?
Scrumptious.
The Food Standards Agency have just announced it's now fine for pregnant women, children and everyone else to eat certain raw eggs.